Hello, everyone. This is Alfredo, and today I have the pleasure of sitting down with my friend Aden from TourDSpace. How you doing today, Aden?
I'm doing excellent. It's
Good.
an honor and privilege.
Dude,
to
your
be
last
here.
name, bro?
Klinger.
Klinger.
Yeah.
I always get that wrong.
Eastern European.
Klinger, right? Klinger? Eastern European.
Eastern European.
Where are you
yeah.
from?
Well, originally,
Where are your family members?
originally I was born and raised in Israel,
Okay.
and then parents split up, and that's what brought me to the U.S. in 2006.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I lived in Reno, Nevada. So for most of my childhood and teenage years and young adult life, and then recently moved down to Vegas in summer of 2024.
And you're here now?
I am here now.
And you're here now. Perfect. So first of all, if you don't mind telling us, TourDSpace, what is it? What do you do?
Yeah, for sure. So, the definition of TourDSpace has kind of changed over the years, right? But fast forward to 2025, I think we identify ourselves as more of a full-service media and production company.
Okay.
Specializing in real estate services, of course, social media work, events, things like that. You know that as somebody that I've worked with many times since I moved here to Vegas. But it's been a real privilege of watching it grow and blossom to what it is today, because it was something that started off just in my mom's living room, and just a kid with a camera in his hand and no formal experience.
Do you have a Kodak, like the retractable Kodaks? The cameras?
Oh,
the old ones?
No, my very first camera
You're
was...
not that old.
No, I'm only 27. Yeah, but we used to, when we were kids, we used to play around with those little disposable ones.
Oh,
Those were fun, yeah. But yeah, no formal experience with anything, just a kid with a camera and a hell of a lot of ambition, and now it's here today.
So talk to me about, let's talk a little bit about entrepreneurship. What did you do before owning TourDSpace?
I used to load trucks at FedEx Ground.
Okay.
No entrepreneurial skills.
Okay.
Yeah.
You was just every day, 8-hour shifts or more.
Yeah. I mean, so when I started my business, I was actually trying to start the business. I was going to college part-time, and then I was loading trucks at FedEx. Wow. And I think what pushed me so far into the entrepreneurship world was like saying to myself, I'm not the type of person that's capable of working for somebody. I need to be able to pave my own trails.
Are you not able to take orders? Is that what?
I'm very stubborn. But I'm also very open to it. It depends, right? Like in terms of like a collaborative process and being able to like bring an idea to life and going back and forth. That kind of stuff I'm all for, as you know, right? We work together on many projects, but yeah, just being able to like pave my own trail and not have a ceiling, I guess, is what gave me the ambition for entrepreneurship skills.
And I was going to ask you, like, what drove you to be an entrepreneur? Because, I mean, it's not easy. It's not an easy decision to take.
Definitely
especially
not.
when you're on a salary or an hourly wage, and all of a sudden you have to depend on yourself.
Yeah.
And have the drive to actually go out and look for business. But what pushed you to do that other than your stubbornship? Like, what pushed you to do that?
I think I'm very fortunate that my father's never had a real job in his life. He's always been his own boss. He's always been an entrepreneur. I have a lot of really positive role models in my life too, who also always pushed me to be an entrepreneur too. And so I'm very blessed for that, because I think that especially in my age generation, there's really not a lot of people that are just teaching financial literacy or want to give you even any advice or nuggets on like how to start, right? And so that was something that was accessible to me around 18 and 19, and I had people that I could look at and say, this is where I want to be.
And then what got you to do photography or video or this? I mean, because you could have done many things. I mean, especially coming from FedEx, I mean, I'm sure you could have come up with whatever, but what was it about photography and video?
Originally, well, so to back it up a little bit, I thought I wanted to be a realtor just like you.
Oh, there you go.
Yes, I got my real estate license when I was like 18, turning 19, and was working for somebody who was a very close family friend. He's a broker up in Reno, and we grew a really great relationship. And he was actually the person that gave me the idea, because I stumbled across really quick and determined that no one was going to trust an 18-year-old kid with the biggest transaction of their lives. Understandably so. I don't know if I would do that at 27 either. So I wanted to still work in the real estate world, just maybe not in sales, because it was going to take a while. So my mentor and the person I was working for gave me the idea of you can get into the media and marketing side of the business, shake the hands you need to shake, and then once you get older, you can figure out and go wherever you want. So it was supposed to be something super temporary, and then turned out to be something I really enjoyed doing. We monetized it quickly. And then obviously it scaled beyond, just myself. So we have a lot of photographers, and then we were able to scale it in different cities too. So
that's good. Yeah, you're in Reno, you're in Vegas, and
Cleveland, Ohio.
Yep.
And then by Q2 of this year, we should be in Columbus, Ohio. So
nice.
we'll cover more than half of Ohio, and then we cover most of Nevada, with the exception of obviously like the eastern end of the state. So.
Nobody cares about that.
If I had somebody out there, I would definitely take care of it. But
so let me ask you this. I know we've created a great partnership, with NAREB, and but I wanted to ask you, how impactful has the Latino community been to your business?
It's been huge. The relationships I've built with a lot of Latino real estate professionals and just entrepreneurs as a whole has been super rewarding. I think Middle Eastern culture and Latino culture is very, very similar.
Very similar.
And I think that's what attracts me to you guys. Yeah. I love working with you guys. I love how warm you are. I love the energy. And so, I think, if we're specifically talking about the relationships I've made in Vegas, like NAREP, GLV, you guys were the first people I showed my face to.
No, actually, we met at the Alliance.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I guess you guys were the second people.
Yeah,
so,
I guess so.
But the most impactful by far. I was just telling Nicole and a couple of other people your guys' last board meeting, and I told them, when I look at every single lead source that I have on all my projects, and NAREB Greater Las Vegas was source number 2 in terms of how much revenue it brought me and how many new opportunities it brought me. And so I think it speaks for itself, right? And the love and support that I've had from the Latino community, and even though I'm not Latino. I'm an honorary Latino, I suppose. Being able to prop me up and give me an outlet to really be able to amplify my message and get in front of the right people, it's been huge.
And you know what? And I think that's also speaks to what we've always talked about with the organization, right? The opportunities that presents in front of us. And some of us, we take the opportunities, but there's people that don't know how to take an opportunity, or they don't see the opportunity. And you had the vision to see opportunities.
Sure.
And I know that a lot of your business is always about, let's get it done. And I'm sure business will come out of it, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think, I've ran the similar playbook that I have with NAREP today as I've done with other organizations in the different cities that we work in with, for example, the Sierra Nevada Realtors Association up in Reno, Investor Source up in Cleveland. What we tell them is like, hey, listen, like I can't give you money necessarily, but I can definitely give you my time and my effort and my skills, right?
Which is worth a lot too.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's like, it's a great opportunity for me to showcase my skills and to build those long-term relationships, because I think especially early on when you're trying to grow a new territory like we've done in Vegas, it's all about relationships over money early on. And so I look at the connections I've made with NAREP to be something that will help me flourish over the next 3 to 5 years, not over the next 6 months to a year.
And that's just here. I mean, obviously we have chapters all over the states that you also have been in contact with, Reno per se, and other ones.
Yeah.
But what advice would you give young entrepreneurs? Or what advice would you give yourself 10 years ago?
Oh man. Don't lose sight of your dreams. I also think that you also really need to realize there's certain benchmarks when you get in your career, like when you get kind of like too busy, right? Like I hear this come a lot out of people where they say like you kind of hit that fork in the road where it's like, I'm so busy, I either need to start scaling and growing the business, meaning adding more people to my team, or I need to raise my prices. And some people who decide to not do that, that's when their business starts to crumble and fall apart, right? And so I've been very fortunate that a lot of times I've been able to time it right. Sometimes I'm too early, sometimes I'm too late, however. But I think you also have to be really comfortable with the idea of losing, right? Like I think failure in entrepreneurship is very, very common.
And that was my next question to you. Have you failed before?
I fail every day.
Okay.
Yeah. And I love it. I'm okay with that, because the same thing I'm going to tell you is the same thing I tell my team almost every single week on our team meetings is like, you can make mistakes every single day, but if you don't learn from them, that's the issue, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's the beautiful part of like working in the creative field is you're gonna make mistakes, you're gonna reflect on what you could have done better.
Yeah.
And complacency is when you die, right?
Right.
So you just have to really be adaptive to situations. You have to, you know, be able to be flexible. If you see the same knot in the rope more than once, then maybe it's time to fix or modify that system. And, you know, just build a business off of love, trust, and respect. I mean, that's really
where
everything.
do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Good question. I definitely intend to have a few more locations opened up. I think we're definitely eyeing, you know, maybe Texas, Florida, a couple other places around the U.S., maybe some more places in the Midwest.
Okay.
But yeah, having a really large, successful team here in Las Vegas, more specifically, continue to build financial freedom. There's definitely a few more countries. If we're talking on a personal side, there's a few more countries I want to visit just as a tourist. I'm not a very materialistic guy, so that's my
that's good.
That's where my disposable income goes, is towards traveling and experiences.
That's good. So if you're in Texas and Florida, then, you know, if you have some business for Mr. Aden here, so make sure you reach out to him. So where can they reach you? How you can get a hold of?
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's very easy to reach me. You can always send me a text. My number is 725-287-0739. You'll get me directly. It won't just be one of my team members. And we're very active on social media. So, of course, you can follow us on @TourDSpace on Facebook and on Instagram. We're working on revamping the YouTube channel, too. But you can always follow me on my personal social pages, too. And we've also got a really bitchin' website. So if you guys want to see some of our recent work, testimonials, and just more general information about the business, then you know where to find us.
And his info will be on the captions here. So if you want to talk to Aden, go ahead and reach out. Great work. I mean, we love our partnership with you. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Sure.
Yeah. Proud to be part of the Narab La Familia.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.